What is going on, everybody? Today we're looking at the Valaverse Action Force Series 4 Deluxe figures. So Series 4 has come out recently, so we're going to have some of those figures to look at. But today we're looking at the Deluxe figures. So first up we have Blowback, which we've had the normal version of Blowback before. But this is just the Deluxe version where he's all in this green camo. That looks really cool. So even his face is painted. We can see with the extra head there as well. So all painted in the green camo, which is awesome. And then he's also going to come with a ghillie suit. And he comes with a sniper rifle in this case that looks cool. So all that's awesome. And if we spin around to the back, there you can see him in the ghillie suit, which is going to be cool. I'm excited for that. So just to have him all snipered up there looks pretty cool. And of course we have his file card, so you can read that, but of course I will go through some of his story. So that looks really cool. And then we have the SWARM Tracer, so just another version of the SWARM, but these are considered to be more like kamikaze characters. And again, I'll go into that story, but it comes with a lot of the same accessories we've had before. And these glow in the dark, which is really cool. So I have to get a picture of that. But yeah, just overall, this looks really cool with the nice see-throughness again of that glow in the dark to stuff. But otherwise, it just looks like another Swarm Trooper, so nothing too exciting there. But I'm excited to check both these out, especially the Blowback with all the ghillie suit and stuff. So let me go and get these out of the box and we'll take a look at them together. And let's start off with Blowback, whose real name is Adam Kent, and he was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome as a teen, so he would have a hard time socializing. So his father bonded with him through shooting, as Adam became obsessed, learning everything he could about ballistics and a proficient shot at that. And during a weapons seminar, Colonel Siege noticed his talents and brought him in to teach his units to improve their shooting, eventually bringing him into Action Force as an advanced marksman. So overall, he looks cool here, and as I mentioned, we have had him before, so I will show you just the normal version of him, but overall here he is, that I think looks pretty cool, and the all camo design. So he's got the camo painting on his face as well as his outfit that matches, so looks very cool there, with especially the shirt and the pants that match in the exact same camo. Of course has green gloves, green boots, green on his knee pads, some green there on his belt, so he has a belt on with some holsters on the side. So love the additional like magazine stuff stored around there, and extra little accessories for a gun that obviously they're just painted on here, but it's cool that they are included, all the way up to his tactical vest. So he's got in his pocket for, knife and magazines. He's got a radio communication that's attached here onto his back with the antenna. So I love those little details, and just all of it looks pretty cool, all the way up to his face. That, like I said, is cool that it is painted in the camo as well. And then with the head that came with it, we do have one eye closed, so he can use that for sniping, to be looking down the scope, obviously. So overall, that is pretty cool. I love all the little details and stuff that they pay attention to. But we'll do his movement, so his head can twist around all the way around there, and it is on a hinge, so it can look down that far and up that far, so decent movements back and forth. Then we go to the shoulders that can come up to 90 with the butterfly joint back and forth, so moves pretty nice there. Then can rotate all the way around. We get a bicep twist and the double elbow joint that bends up that far, and the hand will twist all the way around and has a hinge up and down for it. Then we can go to, probably there's an ab crunch stuff, but covered by the vest, so it's going to be hard to tell. So it's mostly just at his waist, crunch back and forth, and can twist around a little as well. Feels like he's mostly twisting up, probably at like a chest crunch. But then the hips will come up to 90 and out to the side, so it can do the splits there. A little bit of a drop down hip, but then we get the thigh twist all the way around, and the double knee joint, that's going to be a little bit stiff, but can bend up that far to the back, so not bad at all. And then we do get a shin twist at the top of the boot, and the foot flexes back and forth and can twist side to side. So pretty decent movement, some stiffness in areas, but overall everything works out just fine. But as usual with the Action Force, we get a number of accessories, and of course with it being a deluxe, we get a lot of accessories. So first we get another head, so this time it's just the head but has both eyes open, so probably more useful to have this head as opposed to that head, but either one works out fine. And then we also get a head covered by a balaclava, which I may switch out just because it'll make some of the other accessories easier. So let's switch this out. So there he's got the balaclava head, and to go along with that, we do also have some headphones, so we just get a bunch of different accessories. So this could easily have gone on the other head, but just makes it easier without his ears sticking out. But of course doesn't sit on his head too well, because you probably have to heat it up and get it molded around there. But it does stick on the head, it just doesn't look too good. But then we also get a helmet as well. So again, we've had these helmets multiple times before, and again, much easier to get onto his head if you don't have to worry about his hair and ears and everything. So you can just get that onto his head there. So he has that helmet. Of course doesn't look too good, but to go along with that helmet, we do also have pieces that we can switch out on the sides to put the radio on his ears as well, so it can attach onto the helmet. So we can just pop this off, and then you can pull these little ear pieces off there and attach these on. So there's the headphone pieces on the helmet. Pretty difficult to get in there, but they do sit on there. Now I don't know how easy it's going to be able to get on them, and they'll probably fall out. It wouldn't surprise me, but you can just add those onto there as well. Again, doesn't look the best, but it just gives you that option. But then he comes with a number of hands as well, so we get a set of fist hands, of course, for left and right. Then we get a set of grip hands as well, so obviously for just holding on to grips for left and right. And then we also get a set of cupping hands, so be able to, like, you know, hold guns and everything for the left and right. Then we can move over to weapons. So first we get a knife. So we have this knife that looks like it's got a nice green blade to match with the rest of him, and then a brown handle, so that's cool. So we can stick this down into his chest, so it fits right there in the sheath. We also get a pistol, so a decent looking pistol with a lot of green on it and black everywhere else, so it looks pretty decent. Obviously we can put that into his hand as well, but let's go and just put it into the holster here on his right, so it can fit right in there on his belt. We get some extra magazines as well, so some extra magazines that we can put into the pockets here on his chest. So there he's got those stored away, and then we get his main gun of an assault rifle, so it looks pretty cool. Of course, has the magazines that come out since we have those replacements there. Looks pretty nice with a nice big scope on it, a green stock, and then the nice barrel design on there with a grip on the bottom. Overall looks pretty cool, so let's try and put this into his hand. So there's that gun in his hands, and that looks pretty cool, and I did switch out one of his hands for the cupping hands to be able to hold on to it there, so that looks cool. And obviously with any of the different heads we can switch out to make it look even better. And before we go any further, just with the way he's here, I do want to compare and bring in the normal version of Blowback so we can see him without all the camo paint on and stuff. So this is what he looks like normally, so everything about this is relatively the same. It looks like they switch out the holster from the thigh to belt. Now obviously they have more room for using his ghillie suit and everything, and then switched out the boot designs, but everything else about him looks relatively the same. Looks like almost the exact same pack design and all that. Just obviously made it all in this camo now, so just wanted to show those before we get too far. But with this being a deluxe, we do also get his sniper rifle, so we get this case. So pretty cool to have this big carrying case. We can obviously put that in his hand, but we have this case that we can open that does have his sniper rifle and some accessories inside of it, so it looks pretty cool. So there we've got the sniper rifle. Let's go and take that out. So here we have it in the camo design as well. Nice long scope there. We do have a bipod on the front that's kind of like folded up design, so that's pretty cool. But we do get an extra accessory that we have down in here for a folded out bipod, so there we can switch it out. So now we have the folded down version where it's open, so he can be resting there, so that would probably come in use for trying to get him posed up. And then we do also have a spotter, so he can tell, you know, how far a thing is, wind, and all that stuff. So we have a spotter here, and then it comes with a stand as well for it, so we can put this on the stand so he can use that. So there it is on the stand, and it does fold out here, which is pretty cool. I like the design. They did a good job. So there we have the stand as well that we can put it on, so we can have that sitting next to him as well. So let's see if I can try and get this sniper rifle in his hand. So there I did my best to try and get him posed up standing with the gun. Of course, we will try and get him laying down all posed up here in a second, but there, like I said, I tried my best. You can get it even closer, but it's, again, just trying to get it all adjusted there for him to look like he's sniping. And of course, I switched the head out where he has the one eye closed, so that looks pretty cool. Like I said, we'll try and get him laid down and stuff here in a little bit, but to go along with him, we do also get the base, so I wanted to show that out before we get him down. So we have the base we can obviously put him on, and of course can hold the file card there in the back, so that is pretty cool. But like I said, just want to show all that before we get to the last thing, which is his ghillie suit. Of course, so we have this ghillie suit that we can put on top of him, so then he can be laying on the ground and be all covered up. So let me try and get this on him. Now I know to do this we also need to take his vest off because it'll be too much room there, so let me get this worked out and try and get the ghillie suit on him and see what I can do. So there he is with the ghillie suit on. Of course, looks a little bit too weird for this, but there we can see what it looks like from the back, so you just see all the leaf designs, which looks really cool. So fun design for this. And of course we can try and get him posed up laying on the ground now with the sniper rifle where he can be hidden laying in the grass, so just like that. So let me see if I can get him posed up with that. So there I got him all posed up laying on the ground in sniping position, so he just looks like a pile of leaves or grass just laying there. Of course, with it not being on the table and in like grass or something would work much better, but there we have him in sniping position with the ghillie suit pulled over him. Of course, when he's down like this, there's just way too much material, so you'd have to try and get it laid down flatter to him. But there you can just see the sniper rifle sort of hanging out the end there, all posed up with the tripod. And then we have the spotter as well that we can sit here nearby that he used. So that is all pretty cool. That he comes with all these different accessories, and of course it's really cool for this. Now of course we just need to have him posed like this, you know, laying in sniping position. That'd be the best to keep him in, but obviously we need him standing up to go on a shelf or something, so it'd be hard to figure out what to do with it there exactly, but I think it looks very cool. So just having him with all the different accessories, come with the sniper rifle and all this stuff for that, as well as the ghillie suit, suit is really cool. So just looks very awesome. So just looks awesome that they made this version of Blowback with all these accessories. And then we also have the SWARM Tracer, which is a kamikaze flight troopers of the swarm. They wear experimental armor that absorbs kinetic energy of ballistic rounds, making the armor glow like a tracer round, and then they plummet into a target as an explosive projectile. So kind of crazy that they're kamikaze-like, but the Tracer explanation explains why they glow in the dark, why this figure should be glowing in the dark, and why it's got all this like neon green design to it, and it looks really cool. And overall, it looks pretty cool here. So we have had the figure like this before with, I want to say, the Swarm Trooper. I can't remember what the difference is, but I will show it to you. But we've had this exact same body design, just obviously instead of like yellow and gray, this has a lot of like this neon green or the glow in the dark green and black, but looks pretty cool. So we have the head design here. So this is the head it came with out of the box, which was from the Horde Trooper or Horde Swarm Trooper. So we got that. It was for like PowerCon exclusive or whatever. I did a video on that, but it looks pretty cool with like the visor design again that has like that honeycomb design to it, just like the Swarm logo there on his chest. But then like I said, this was the Horde one, so it's got the points there on the back and then like little mouth design in there, which is cool. And then it has the chest piece with the little pieces that come off to the side. Again, that Swarm logo, as I mentioned, all the way to where the backpack connects with a body glove underneath. So mostly just this all black outfit, black with some gray details on the side and in places all the way from head to toe with the armor over the top. Then with shoulder and arm down to the forearms as well. And then belt around the waist. I love how even it has some of the neon colors. And then down the thighs, knees, and shins all the way down to the boots with the colors with the thigh holster there on the right. And just overall, I think it looks pretty cool. I like the colors, of course, just from the color of it being able to glow in the dark. Now, moon-wise, we get that'll twist all the way around. You can look down that far and up that far, so nice smooth movements. We get the shoulders that come up, of course, hard because it's got the armor padding on there. So it may be too hard. You got to kind of force it down there up to 90 with the butterfly joint back and forth. And then we also, of course, rotate around. Then there's a bicep twist and the double elbow joint that can bend up that far, so pretty decent there. With the wrist that'll twist around and has the hinge up and down for this hand. Then we go to the ab crunch, so crunch back and forth and twist around, as well as crunch and twist very little at the waist. Then the hips can come up pretty much to 90 and out to the side, has the thigh twist and the double knee joint that can bend up that far to the back, pretty much kicking himself in the butt. And then we get the foot that'll flex back and forth and can twist side to side. So pretty good movements on this. Like I know some places are stiff, but then like especially in the knee here just moves so nice and smooth just because of this material it's made of. So it really moves really nice there in parts, so that's really cool. But again, this is a deluxe, so we'll get a number of accessories, of course, pretty much everything we've had before. So nothing too crazy. So we get an additional head. So we have the normal like Swarm Trooper head. So again, has the eye design there with the neon green, but everything else about it is just all in the gray. But we've had this design before, as well as this additional head, which was for the scarabs, I think it was. So just this all like covered head again with that eye design. That's kind of like a fly's eye or a bug's eye, whatever. But it looks pretty cool with that texture and everything. Again, in the neon green design. And then we get a number of hands. So we get the set of fist hands again for both hands. We get the grip hands, so just standard grips, as well as the cupping hands. So again, same hands we just got with Blowback. And then we move over to as weapons. So first we get a knife. So we have with this little knife, we've seen this multiple times, but again, love how it has the see-through sort of blade there with the glow-in-the-dark design. Now we do have the sheath here on the back of his belt, so we can just stick that right in there to store it. He also comes with a pistol, so we have the futuristic swarm pistol design, again with some of that neon green color, so it looks cool, but we'll just go and put this in the holster here on his thigh. And then he comes with his main weapon of the rifle. So again, we've seen this again futuristic rifle design, but has some of that neon green colors, so that's cool. So let's put this into his hands. So there's the gun in its hand, so it looks pretty decent there. Now we do also get the additional stuff, so we do get the set of wings, so like the little backpack jetpack design, whatever, but of course with the swarm designs, so we get the wings that look like a bug design, look pretty cool there with all the hexagonal designs, and the butt like a bee or a wasp, whatever, there all the way down to where the exhaust comes out and stuff. So it looks very cool with this design. Again, we have seen this before, so let's plug this into his back. So there's the wings on its back, and then he does also come with the shield as well, so the see-through shield with the hexagonal design, the swarm logo design there, and the shield, and we have seen this before, so let's put this into maybe his other hand. So there he's got the shield in his hand, so along with the wings and the gun, everything about that just looks really cool. And of course we can switch the different heads out to get whatever we want, so that's all awesome. And then he comes with a base as well, which it looks like it's got the glowing green design as well, so that's pretty cool. So that'll probably all glow. And speaking of, I did take a picture of the figure all posed up glowing, and it glows really bright. So especially if you get expose it to bright light and then put it in dark, it glows really bright. So you'll be seeing that picture just to see how bright it is, and it looks awesome. Very cool just overall for this figure to have like the glowing green design with the explanation that it glows and kind of builds up power to turn into itself into a bomb as a kamikaze trooper. So very cool, nice explanation for that and why it glows and everything, but it just looks ridiculously cool. Oh, and before I forget, we do also have the other Swarm Trooper here. So again, has the same wing designs and everything about this looks exactly the same, just obviously in the normal Swarm colors with the yellow as opposed to the glowing green, but very cool for this figure overall. It looks awesome. Well, there we have our two Deluxe Action Force Series 4 figures with Blowback and the SWARM Tracer. Both are really cool. Love Blowback being in the all green camo and especially coming with the ghillie suit and the sniper rifle with all the accessories. You can get him posed up like I showed laying on the ground there. And then the SWARM Tracer as well with all the glow in the dark green. That looks really cool, especially glowing in the dark. So that'll add a pop on your shelf, especially at night. So that is really cool overall. So both of these figures are awesome. Nothing wrong with the figures at all. Like I said, maybe a little bit of stiffness here and there, but that's kind of usual, especially for the Action Force, but no major issues. But it's cool. They come with all the different accessories. They look really good, nice details and designs. They put a lot of work into these and overall look pretty nice. I just wish they had more iconicness like the G.I. Joes do for these figures, but hopefully they'll get there over time. But let me know what you thought of these two figures down in the comments, and if you enjoyed this review, let me know with a like, and don't forget that subscribe button if you want to see more videos. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.